I am the judge. Dredd may be the law, but I am the judge. And today we're taking a break from the fan film coverage and this time talking again about a video game. Now, it's not really a video game per se. We're going to be talking about Judge Dredd Pinball. I had planned to be doing that as part of my investigations, but unfortunately, the local quadrant that had a Judge Dredd Pinball machine doesn't have it anymore, so I've been trying to locate the actual hardware. Luckily, the Pinball Arcade, which is available for a variety of different devices, does have Judge Dredd Pinball. So we're going to be reviewing that. Now, I'd rather have done it on the PlayStation consoles, but unfortunately there's always a bit of a delay between when it comes out, like on iOS, and eventually makes its way to the PlayStation. So, unfortunately, we're going to be reviewing it on iOS to begin with. So let's make a start. This is Judge Dredd Pinball on the Pinball Arcade on iOS. Alright, now when we start, we have two options. We can either do a super game, which is a condensed version of the rule set for the pinball table, or we can just do a regular game by hitting start. I'm going to do that here. A number of objectives to get through here with the pinball table. A lot of them are really good and in keeping with the Judge Dredd world. Unfortunately, I'm just finding this game really hard to see what's going on, and I've got a couple of other points against it that I want to get into.
I'm staking out a crack house in Sector 23.
So, rather than actually spending a lot of time going into the actual rules of the pinball table, I just want to talk about this iOS version itself. My first complaint is have a look at the table. There's a lot going on here, and this is true of the original machine itself. There's a lot of different goals, a lot of assignments that you get as a street judge, and unfortunately, when it's squished down to a small screen, like on an iOS device, it's just impossible to actually make out the ball, which is actually kind of important in a pinball table. My other issue is my thumbs keep getting in the way. Now, on the actual pinball table, there's a lot going on here. You've got different missions you got to accomplish, new assignments coming out from the Hall of Justice, and a lot of perps that you got to grab a hold of. And they're all indicated as different flashing items on the pinball machine. But with this version, because everything's so condensed, my thumbs are blocking half of the stuff that's going on. It's really not very good for that reason. Alright, this is just not working. However, I have a possible solution for the thumb issue. Let's give that a try. Well, this was going to be my solution using the Arcade Junior. It's been shown on this channel before as working with the Pinball Arcade. And I was ready to start using that for Judge Dredd Pinball because that way my thumbs wouldn't be obscuring the screen. But for some reason, it's not working anymore. None of the buttons do anything. We've got a full charge, but the flippers don't flip. The launcher doesn't launch. Something's happened. This has been updated to the latest iOS. This is the full retail version of Pinball Arcade. For some reason, it just doesn't want to support it anymore. I've gone through the options. We have got iPhone/iPod Touch in the iCade settings in this Pinball Arcade. Nothing's happening. Somebody's headed to the cubes. So what's my final verdict on Judge Dredd Pinball for the Pinball Arcade, specifically iOS version? It's not good. This thing is almost unplayable. I can't see the ball because of all the detailed part of the playfield, and my thumbs are in the way. It's making it virtually unplayable. Now, I understand the pinball machine itself is very complicated with a lot of different things to look at, but just this implementation, it's just not playable. For that, 3 years in the ISO cubes. I will give the people behind the Pinball Arcade, Farsight Studios, a little bit of a reprieve. I never thought Judge Dredd would ever be brought to their collection of pinball tables. I know they've done some licensed stuff before. We've got the Addams Family, Twilight Zone, Terminator. So I'm very pleased that they've actually managed to get the license for Judge Dredd to bring it out. Never thought that would happen. So maybe I'll loosen a couple of years off their sentence for that. However, then the problem is, it doesn't work with the iCade Junior. For that, that's just unacceptable, especially when it used to work. So I'm giving them another 5 years in the ISO cubes. Grand total, 6 years. All right, till next time, stay out of trouble.